Weather's starting to get a bit colder, but playoff hopes burning bright as ever for most of our teams as we get underway here in Week 12. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. He's dropping back to throw. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Cardinals first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First and 10 from the 41.
Go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 39. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Go.
He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Panthers are going to take over deep in their own territory. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The first carry now for Jonathan Brooks. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
From the 16. His first throw is an interception. Max Melton with the INT. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number one, and number two, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Ready?
Running this one left. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now, off play action. He's got it at the 6. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And that gives them 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Scores, touchdown Arizona. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now Brown on to send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Carried by Brooks to start the drive. And he gets him around 6 there. Buda Baker bringing that one to an end. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
The give here on 2nd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down, but instead, defense, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Now Young. That's complete till he gets. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41. Play action now, Young. Toward the sideline and caught by Wilson. And he goes out a little short of the 40. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Young on 1st and 10. That one's caught along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ready up.
Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go. Brooks. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. Young throwing here. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Panthers will reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now it's a bootleg for him. Diving, it looks close. They say he caught it. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. They'll run here on 1st down. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Looking for a throw here. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Cardinals football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Receiver in motion, headed right. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Sometimes it's not about flash and sizzle, Kate. Sometimes it's about old school football. Give your fullback the ball, and he's going to go get you a couple yards.
Go. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's go.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They're going play action. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So 2nd down coming up.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Ready.
They're throwing it. Complete to the rookie out of Auburn. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers have it now on his 8th pick of the year. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock, trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
The Panthers parlay the interception into points. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. Oh, baby, he got loose, and after a few steps, there was nothing they could do to stop him. That, Brock, is the definition of a home run play.
You know, and when you go to draft, sign, or trade for a skill guy, you want him to have that kind of threat, that kind of breakaway speed. You don't always have to be a 4-3 guy on the track. You just have to be a guy that once you get in that open field, there is nobody, and I mean nobody in the building that was going to catch him.
This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He lets one fly deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Brown now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals tie things up at 14. Now Brown on to send it away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Wilson's got it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. From the pistol, it's Young. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. On the give, it's Brooks. And he's brought down after a short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. Hand off to the back. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks. And I'm looking for that to be called again.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. On the draw, this is Brooks. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
So a crazy first half has finally reached the 2-minute warning. And it's the Panthers trying to figure out 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Young. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Now Eddie Pinheiro will try to knock it through for the Panthers. This will be from 52 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Great vision, gets him across midfield. I don't think they're going to catch him. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals get some late points and the lead. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd and 3 now. From the 37. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Putting a receiver in motion. Young to throw here on 3rd. Throw left side, complete. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now it's Young. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
The Cardinals going with a dime package here. Third down coming up. Man in motion here. On third down, it's Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So as they face fourth down, on comes Corey Bajorquez to kick. And this will be his first effort of the contest. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And he can't dig him out from deep on their own side. He stopped inside the 10. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes the final play of our first half. They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, it looks like. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. He's off to the races. He's at the 30. And the tackle saves a touchdown, but they still take over inside the red zone.
You know, Kate, it's fun talking to these elite kick returners over the years and how much they visualize. As they're sitting back there waiting for the kickoff return, they're visualizing, well, a house call. And there was some serious explosiveness from him on that one. He may not have gotten all the way to the house, but he's setting his offense up in the red zone, which is pretty darn good.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Hands off here for Brooks. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Young looking to throw. Cut near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a first and goal. Brooks has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Again, they give to Brooks. And he's in for the touchdown. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Panthers push their lead to 3. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go! Ready?
They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Go!
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
On the set.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Take go.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Launches one deep downfield. He intercepts the pass. And the Panthers take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Let's go.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Young on the play action. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Cardinals take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Another carry for him. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Third and just 2 to go. Here's a throw. Into traffic, complete. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Go!
Throwing here on second and a handful. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. Take go.
Pass play coming here. And in for the Arizona touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying the time for that play that led to the score.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals take a 4-point lead. Now Brown on to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. To the left side and reeled in by Wilson. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Going with Brooks on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs, gets the better defenses in this league.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback trying power for it. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Young to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So it'll be 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
A 2nd down throw for Young. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Cardinals take over on his 5th interception of the season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Let's go.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He's got it on the bootleg. Oh, brother, it's another interception. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Young to throw it. This is reeled in by Wilson. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. The Panthers have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. And down he goes, the Cardinals got there. And a big play drives them backwards, 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers. And they got one right there with that sack.
Another try following the sack. This is reeled in by Leggett. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
We hear about basketball on grass so much more of the space and speed coming to the NFL game. That play's so indicative of it. Get that point guard in the open field and let him do his thing.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. Now a give running right. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal from the 9 here. Brooks on the give, headed right. And they take it across the goal line for a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. Missed to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers push their lead to 3. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. He's content to keep it in the end zone and start their drive at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Running this one left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back To the line they go. It's second down. He'll look to throw. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And this one doesn't go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Back to the well again. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first.
Well, I know everybody on that offensive side of the ball appreciates that kind of effort. Got it by more than just a couple of inches. In fact, no need for a measurement on that as they move the chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it sets up 2nd down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
2nd and 10 now. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. All the left side. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. He'll throw it yet again. Catch made by Austin. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A give now from the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. A 1-yard gain on the play. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
That is some old-school brutality. An offense close to a 1st down, a defense that knows there's a run headed right its way. In a battle of wills, the offense gets it done.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Setting up a throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And we'll see what they do here on second down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Go!
Throwing on 2nd and 10. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Ready! Check go!
Looking to throw. What a clutch play late. He intercepts it. Trevin Wallace has it. And the Panthers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Carried by Brooks to start the drive. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he works it down to the 30-yard line. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
The humble 5 to 6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Panthers only up by a few. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Let's go now!
Handoff now to the receiver. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Here we go!
Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice to get a little crease on the outside, get in that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Less than a yard needed here on fourth. Now we've got whistles, but not for delay of game. They were able to get a timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches.
Here we go. Back. Ryan. Go.
They'll run for this. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
Panthers beginning to celebrate their win here as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's the Panthers who take this one on the road. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently.